If you're into classic Chevys, stay around, because in this video, we're taking a look at 10 Chevrolet classics every American remembers.
Number 1. The 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. We have to start with the 57 Bel Air. If the 1950s had a face, this was it. It featured those iconic sharp tail fins and the massive chrome-toothed grille. But it wasn't just about the looks. This was the year Chevy introduced the Super Turbo Fire 283 V8, offering 1 horsepower per cubic inch, a massive milestone at the time. Whether it was the fuely fuel injection or the classic two-tone paint jobs like Larkspur Blue or Matador Red, the 57 Bel Air represented a time when gas was cheap and the horizon was wide. For many of us, this was the car we saw our parents drive, or the one we spent every Saturday afternoon waxing until our arms ached.
Number 2. The 1964 Chevrolet Impala. By 1964, the Impala had become a cultural phenomenon. It was sleek, low, and wide. The 64 is particularly beloved for its triple-unit taillights and that crisp, formal roofline. Under the hood, you could get anything from a reliable straight 6 to the legendary 409 V8, the engine that inspired the Beach Boys to sing its praises. The 64 Impala wasn't just a car, it was a living room on wheels. It rode like a cloud, thanks to the full coil suspension. Even today, when you see a 64 Super Sport cruising down the street, you can almost hear the AM radio playing the hits of the British invasion.
Number 3. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro, the undisputed king of the pony cars. 1969 was a transition year for America, but for Chevy fans, it was the pinnacle of the first-generation Camaro. The 69 had a flatter, wider look than previous years, with those iconic rear fender shark fins. This was the year of the Z28, with its high-revving 302 and the SS 396 that could melt tires with ease. It felt aggressive because it was aggressive. Whether you were pulling into the high school parking lot or lining up at a stoplight, the 69 Camaro told the world you arrived. It's arguably the most recognizable muscle car ever built.
'70 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. Raw, unadulterated muscle. If the Camaro was a scalpel, the 1970 Chevelle SS was a sledgehammer. This was the peak of the muscle car wars. The 1970 model dropped the rounded lines for a more Coke bottle physique and a massive presence. The crown jewel was the LS6 454 V8, pumping out a factory-rated 450 horsepower, though we all knew it was likely much higher. With the cowl induction hood vacuum flipping open under hard acceleration, the Chevelle SS didn't just drive, it roared. It remains the gold standard for anyone who misses the smell of leaded gasoline and the feel of a heavy clutch.
1968 Chevrolet Corvette C3, the Mako Shark dream machine. In 1968, the Corvette changed forever. Taking design cues from the Mako Shark 2 concept, the C3 featured an exaggerated sugar scoop rear window and those hidden headlights that flickered to life like a spaceship. It was the first year for the T-top roof, giving us that convertible feel with the rigidity of a coupe. Whether you had the L71 427 big block or the small block 327, the C3 felt like something from the future. It was the car every young man wanted and every neighbor envied. The ultimate reward for the American dream.
1969 Chevrolet Nova SS, the lightweight giant killer. The Nova was supposed to be Chevy's economy car, but in 1969, the Super Sport package turned it into a street brawler. Because it was lighter than the Chevelle and Camaro, a Nova equipped with a 396 big block was an absolute terror on the drag strip. It was a sleeper. It didn't need the flashy wings or the massive scoops. It was compact, honest, and devastatingly fast. '70 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Sophistication with a hidden punch. As we moved into the 70s, many of us wanted a little more comfort with our power. Enter the 1970 Monte Carlo. It was Chevy's first foray into the personal luxury market. It had the longest hood in Chevrolet history, hiding a standard V8. The Monte Carlo offered a smooth, quiet ride, wood grain dash accents, and high back bucket seats. But don't let the luxury fool you. The SS 454 model was a beast in a tuxedo. It was the perfect car for the man who had graduated from street racing, but still wanted to know he could win if he had to. 1975 Chevrolet Caprice Classic, the glasshouse king of the highway. By the mid-70s, the world was changing, but the Caprice Classic was a steadfast reminder of American scale. The 1975 model is famous for its glasshouse styling, massive wraparound rear windows that gave you a panoramic view of the world passing by. It was the last of the true giants before the downsizing of '77. This was the car of family road trips, with enough trunk space for a month's worth of luggage, and a ride so soft you'd swear you were floating. It was big, it was bold, and it was unapologetically American. 1970 Chevrolet El Camino. Business in the front, party in the back. Is it a car? Is it a truck? Who cared? The 1970 El Camino took the gorgeous front end of the Chevelle and added a utility bed. In 1970, you could actually order an El Camino with the SS 454 package, making it quite possibly the fastest way to haul a load of mulch in history. The El Camino represented the rugged, do-it-yourself spirit. It was for the worker who spent his Saturdays at the job site and his Saturday nights at the drive-in. It was a rebel's vehicle, and it still holds a special place in our hearts for its sheer audacity.
1967 Chevrolet C10 pickup, the start of the modern American truck. Finally, we have the 1967 C10. This was the action line generation. Before 1967, trucks were strictly tools, bumpy, loud, and utilitarian. But the 67 C10 introduced a lower profile and a coil spring rear suspension that made it drive more like a car. It had a clean, handsome look that has aged better than almost any other vehicle on this list. It was the truck that helped build our homes and grow our businesses, often staying in the family for decades. It wasn't just a vehicle, it was a member of the family.